Hello. So you know where I'm coming from. Um, I'm a schmuck Jew. Uh, which just means just a dick. Just the way I look. So you know where I'm coming from. I'm American. I'm from Seattle, and the people here aren't funny at all. I've been doing open mics for about 3 years, and there's a rant I want to do, but I'm gonna so I can lead in so you know where I'm coming from, what I'm talking about. Um, doing mics for 3 years. I did them in Santa Monica for a little while when I lived down there, and in DC for a little while when I was over there. And now that I'm here, it sucks. Laughs used to do them, which is a club, and people in Seattle just aren't funny. You know, people on the East Coast. I think this will be the rant. People on the East Coast are, I don't know what. Just they're not nice, but they care. You know. They're mean on the outside, but nice on the inside. Once you get to know them and they trust you and all that shit. And then people on the West Coast, they're nice, but they don't care. Somebody's in trouble, they'll take out their phone and take a video. But they're not there. The East Coast is more like a bunch of Israelis. If you're in trouble, they are there. They fucking give a shit. They're not going to stand there. They may be scary, but they're not useless, you know? For me, I've had this problem for fucking years, and it's changed my fucking life. Fucking A, it's changed my life, because when you look angry all the time, or just, I'm sort of serious, I'm thinking about shit, I don't know, I just like to think about stuff. I don't like, when I talk, it's about things. It's about machines and ideas, things I'm interested in. Why the fuck not? So, I don't know what it is, but, you know, I'm going to take off the goddamn headphones here, but I don't know what it is, but I just look angry. I look like a sociopath. I'm sarcastic all the time. I don't try to be sarcastic, but, I just am. I don't know what it is, but I'm just a sarcastic guy, you know? Once I dated a girl, because I looked like a sociopath, that's what she liked about me. I reminded her of Jeffrey Dahmer. So either I looked gay or I just looked like I was going to kill her. Anyway, she liked that. But there are a couple places you can do open mics in Seattle if you're here, and it sucks. There's the Comedy Bar up on fucking, and I did open mics in Tel Aviv when I was there too. A different comedy bar. There's the Comedy Bar on Broadway. There's the, what is it? Comedy, Club Comedy, which I got banned from the open mic. Look, it was an accident. I apologize. I said it was an accident. I explained, but they don't give a fuck. They block you. People in Seattle are fucking mean as shit. You don't fucking know. They are mean cocksuckers. Like, mean. For like, they hate you. If you're not liberal on their side, their tribe, whatever the fuck, they love you. And if you're not, you're just a piece of shit, a fucking yunkel, you know? Basically, you know, some Gestapo officer, like a real prick, you know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. But there are not many places you can go to laughs, but they don't do open mics anymore. I think sometimes in the summer, maybe it's something they try out, but it's not popular. You go to the Comedy Bar, they do it 3 times a week. Club Comedy, they do it once a week. Any other place, a bunch of places in Ballard, like Forby's Tavern. If you go into badslava.com, they show you all of it. But coffee shops, libraries, some roller rink, and a fucking church, all these like bullshit places. But it sucks. It sucks. I got funny stuff. I know it's funny, but I'm so on edge. I end up not being funny because I'm so unconfident in front of these people. It's like walking on eggshells. I try to be nice. I want to get booked gigs. You try to be nice to me. It just doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. I feel like I should just move to fucking Boston or fucking, I don't know, anywhere on the East Coast because I've moved down south. Yes, you can say whatever you want, but the people that are happy, and that's a problem because me, a pretty smart person and a pretty angry looking person, because I'm smart. If you look at fucking dumb people, look at dumb people. They're happy most of the time. Women have that charm, you know. It's like you like being around them because they're sort of dumb, sort of like being around an autistic or a kid with Down syndrome. You know, got the weird facial hair or whatever. You know, it's nice because they offer you lemon squares or brownies. You're not gonna turn them down. They're pretty nice people. So I have that shit where it's like I'm mean looking because I'm serious and I'm thinking and and I try to turn that off, but even then what I say is too much. I try and act like the dumb guy on I don't know, stage or whatever the fuck. I'm not going to call myself a comic. I'm not a comedian. I do open mics. I'm funny but not in Seattle. Just not. It's just the way it is. But that's my issue, my problem. And I got all these great rants. Half the time they're not funny. You want like a real... Go to Tacoma. Tacoma, you sign up for the open mics, or you live in Spokane, or if it's Skywire, wherever those places are. Those are the places to go. People that are pretty friendly. You can't say really fucked up shit unless you're... it's more East Coast and more North, and you could sort of get away with stuff like that. But it's hard. It's hard. You know, I had one joke once where it was like, you know, I know what it's like to get molested. It's happened to me once or twice before, so I know what that's like. It's not fun. Oh, it's not fun. But I feel like, how do I put this? I got to put this in the best way possible. I don't want to be off-putting, but I feel like if we had sex with more ugly people, well, pedophiles are like people. They're attracted to pretty people, not ugly people. So, you know, you want to be fat, you want to be skinny and showing some rib. I mean, go for it. Go for it. But you want to get rid of the pedophiles, you gotta fuck more ugly people. It's the way to fuck, you know, adult molestation and pedophilia. People didn't like that. They didn't like that. They weren't a fan. But, I don't know what the fuck. I had a whole rant on puppies and kittens, and it's good. It's pretty innocent, and it's very tame. I'm just talking about old people, and yet it's not. And it's fucking annoying, you know. Writing a book, it's just you. Writing a script, it's just you. So it's pretty fucking easy. You pay a couple $100 for an ebook. It's out there. You're good. You want an animation done. You write the script, what you want. You record some voices here and there. And then, you know, you got some people online. I've done that before. That's pretty easy. It takes forever because it's 3 people and it's 10 to 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes. So it takes like months and months and months. And you got to storyboard it, which takes even longer, or you get scammed half the time. It's all bullshit. But eventually, it gets done. Rather than 10, 20 people working on it, you get like 3 because they want more money. But then it takes longer because it's a lot of work. Because I like it to look good. I like it to be hand-drawn. I like old animation, like Popeye. You know, Fritz the Cat, Felix the Cat, fucking the old Fleischer Brothers Superman cartoons, or fucking South Park where it looked crappy. That's what I like. That's what I prefer. Right? But that's an issue for me. It's a fucking issue. You know, over the years, really, I've really tried to form groups. If it was music, remember in high school, I tried forming bands. I knew this kid from the marching band. He played upright bass and electric bass. We jammed a couple times. It was pretty good. We had different taste in music. He liked Tom Petty. I liked Johnny Cash. We didn't really mix well. And I knew this other kid from my classical guitar class. It was pretty awkward. And this other kid from who was a friend from a kid I knew from music technology class. He was anorexic. He was Asian. He always had his hair dangling on his face. He had a bowl haircut. He looked like an Asian Beatles wannabe. But it was fucked up. It was really fucked up. But this, I know nobody will fucking watch this because I'm not famous. I'm not, internet popular sensation. And that's what it takes to have a good audio show. You got to be a little bit famous, a little bit popular. My bitch sister made me unload the groceries, but forgot what I was talking about. I don't know. I got problems, I'm in a city of just nice people. I've always hated niceness. It drives me nuts. I've been fucked over from day one. My dad giving me a girl's name. Hebrew, you look up Sivan. You get fucking makeup artists and supermodels, all feminine bullshit. I mean, there's a reason why male role models are my role models. The ones that are funny, the ones that don't give a shit. If it's Tony Soprano, all the guys who smoked cigars, Groucho Marx, George Burns, Columbo, Scarface, I guess, Al Pacino, but also Capone, which is basically Tony Soprano, and all the funny guys like Hicks and Rodney and all those, like, they're guys. They're not weird, But I've always hated niceness because it's so manipulative. When you're nice to somebody, it's a charm, and you're under their spell, and they kind of have this way over you. And I've always hated that. Because when I'm nice, people manipulate me because they're nice, and I'm nice. I've just hated the whole fucking thing. But I'm in this fucking city. People aren't funny. I want to be funny. They're not even, like, creative, because being angry and negative is part of entertainment and creativity. You want to make something, you want to be funny? Well, bad things have to happen. Look at drama. Look at fucking drama. The Godfather, The Sopranos, fucking a lot of them based off books. People stopped writing, which is why a lot of movies suck. But also because of women, and women are positive and they want to be negative or mean. All dramas are tragic. The Godfather, for God's sake, Michael kills his own brother. Like, that is tragic. The Sopranos, all these people dying and the backstabbing and it's a fucking tragedy. It's a fucking tragedy. But that's what art is. That's what drama is. It's tragedy. In comedy, you got to make fun of stuff, and things get worse and worse, and they blow up, But what I hate about the city, to get back to that, is the movies that are made here kind of suck. Like McHugh, the Elvis movie, Parallax View was garbage, whoever that was. Frasier was terrible. It was kind of funny. I liked Martin Crane. He wasn't a complete fag. His sons were. But that's why I liked the show, because of Martin Crane. Because he was funny. He was kind of mean. He didn't give a shit. He was cool. He was like a father figure to me. Because my dad, in real life, is a fanuc. A fruity motherfucker. Just total fruitcake shithead. I've always heard rumors that my mom dated my uncle, who lives in Jersey. He's sort of this New York guy. Smokes cigars. He plays soccer. He's not a complete fag. I respect him, And my dad, on the other hand, is just such a fanuc. Just is a benzona. Oh. I mean, we used to go to the slaughterhouse. the shooting range, and somewhere along the line that all stopped. And I started writing these things about, like, what do women want? What are they trying to do to men exactly? Trying to make us gay? Trying to make us like you? Like, there's a reason they love gay guys so much. But on the other hand, they don't like gay guys, or too many of them, because then how are they going to get laid? They're crazy, and they're weird, and they love, just being in the moment, and they don't plan things. They just love talking about feelings and how they feel, but not ideas. They don't explore ideas and concepts. And I love fucking do that. I love fucking doing that. I really do. Just talking about, that's what I love about movies. There's all these ideas in sci-fi, and if it's the Twilight Zone or Star Trek or all the movies and the horror movies and the comedies and, all the gangster movies from Little Caesar to The Public Enemy, White Heat, all the Cagney ones, Angels, what was it? Yeah, the Roaring Twenties, but Angels Wear Dirty Faces or whatever it was called. Those two movies with Humphrey Bogart. What the fuck else? There's a new, not new one, but I just figured out there's another one. It was something Forest, like the Petrified Forest, I think. It's another classic I gotta watch. And all these noir movies, and they're just, the ideas is what I love. Because we're not exposed to machines anymore. We're exposed to fucking technology and stuff. So not like, back in the day, everything was a machine. And you had to fix it yourself, like a car. But now it's all electric and it's self-sufficient. It's not like you get out. Who has a toolbox? Unless you live down south. Nobody in the north under the age of like 20 has their own toolbox. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. But that's pretty much the end of the rant here. But to go over what I was saying, I hate the city I'm in. People aren't funny. People are lame. They're not making anything. And the last point, if you look at comedians from Seattle, Washington, you got George Miller, not the director. The guy was on Carson and Letterman. Funny guy. He was a bit bitter, a bit stubborn, a little sarcastic, which I kind of have a bit of that, which is good. And I look pissed off all the time, very serious. And the only other one I can think of is Drake Sather, who was sort of like Norm Macdonald in a different way. Very similar with delivery and punchlines. But he worked with him on the Dennis Miller Show. He came up with the Zootropia movie, the Zoo supermodel thing, which was pretty dumb. But he was funny. He was funny. Really funny. So really, when you think about it, two comedians since the 70s. That's 50 years. Two? That's New York and Boston and Canada. They come up, they just, like a factory, pump out all these goddamn comedians. Some of the funniest fucking people you've ever heard of, ever. I mean, Texas. Look at Texas. You maybe have three. Steve Martin, Hicks, Kinnison, and Ron White. So that's four. Who else in Texas is really fucking funny? Not many. You got a few people. But something about the North and the East. I think Seinfeld talked about this on 60 Minutes. You get all these funny people. But this fucking city, I don't know what the fuck it is, but these people just aren't funny. They're sort of meaner than they used to be, which is good, but they're not funny. They're mean and they're kind of bitter, which is nice, but it's not the same. In some cases, people in Seattle are meaner than the people in New York, which is crazy. But people in New York have a bit of more of a sense of humor than they do here. I don't know what it is, but when you're around happy people, dumb people who aren't miserable, they're just not, some of them are funny, but some of them aren't. And it's a fucking problem. It's a fucking problem. It's very worrisome. But I hate it here. Israel, great place. People are pretty miserable and pretty funny, even though it's hot. Part of me doesn't want to move to Florida or Texas or any of those places because the people aren't funny. I want to move to Boston or Philly, wherever I don't care how much crime there is. Don't care. I'd be happy there. There's crime everywhere. There's just going to be crime. Don't be so close to it, but get as far away as you can, but not too far. And you still want to be in the city where everything's happening at. If I will ever make it, I think I don't even know if I'm funny. I'm not going to call myself a comic. I'm a goddamn open micer. I'm not going to be some douche. Say, oh, it's my dream. No, I'm just trying to make money and I want to work in a fucking grocery store at a construction site. That's it. That's the reason.